I just haven't seen enough Kyrie Irving. I did hear him, though. He did his rounds on all the ESPN shows. I heard him. Sound like a good kid. Mm-hmm. Sound like he's got his head on his shoulders.
Right.
Sounds like he is ready to make this leap. But just to me, I haven't seen enough of the guy.
And either has anyone. But the thing that he has is coming into last year's college basketball season, he was the guy everyone was watching. He was the guy that everyone was like, okay, Duke's got this one-and-done guard, who's going to be a lottery pick next season. So he almost didn't even need to play because the hype surrounding him coming into college, I think, has carried him to where he is now. We didn't really need to see much out of him, but no one wants to be the team that passes on the guy that everyone thought was a surefire, can't-miss player.
Okay, well, that's where I was going next.
Yeah.
Is there that guy in this draft?
No.
I don't think there is a surefire guy. I'm almost, because of the same reason that I said I haven't seen a whole lot of Kyrie Irving, I may trade down if I'm the Cavaliers and get another 6'3" guard because there's about 17 of them in this first round. You know what I mean?
And that's not a bad idea. And
that way you're not spending. You're going to dump a lot of money on this guy, and you're picking at 4 too. So you're going to spend a lot of money, and you weren't that good this year.
Yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money 2 times actually, and that's. Yeah. But I'm with you. I think the closest thing to a can't-miss player this year has got to be Derek Williams. I mean, that's got to be the closest thing, but there's not always that player in drafts, and usually there isn't. I mean, usually someone will emerge as a superstar from every draft, but a lot of times going in, we don't have that guy pegged. I mean, we didn't have Jordan pegged when he came out. He was, 3rd pick?
Sure, and there's been a lot of number ones that they thought was...
D-Wade got picked after Darko.
Marco Olivakandi.
Sam Bowie went before Jordan.
Yeah, so, we miss on this kind of stuff all the time, but there's rarely a LeBron or a Kobe or a Blake Griffin that this guy's going to be a special player.
And what makes us even tougher
Kobe
now...
got drafted late and traded.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
What makes this hard now is the influx of players from Europe and that. There's a lot of foreign players that'll be taken in the 2 rounds of draft, so that makes it really tough to figure out just who's going to go where because none of us really know any of these European players.
No, and it all comes back to overreacting. That's what we do. Derrick Rose has a great season, and we think the whole league's about point guards. LeBron is LeBron, and now nobody wants to miss on the next LeBron. And it's you only get these guys kind of once in a lifetime. So don't overreact and just pick the best player there. I think don't go with trends or you don't go with I don't want to miss the next Dirk. There's only been one Dirk. You're probably not going to get him in this draft.
Well, especially when you're the Cavs and you need literally everything.
Yeah, they don't.
You have to pick the best person available player.
Here's where Kobe went. Kobe went 13 to the Charlotte Hornets, and then was traded to the Lakers for Vlade Divac. And also in that draft, who was number 1? Allen Iverson.
AI.
Talking about making a comeback.
Practice.
Marcus Camby went number 2. Stephon Marbury went 4. Ray Allen at 5. Antoine Walker at 6. We're going back here to the 1996 draft. So, and Steve Nash was taken shortly thereafter Kobe. So a lot of good players in that draft, and you didn't know where they would all end up. But obviously Kobe
wasn't a lottery pick, but there was a bunch of hype around him coming in, and it was kind of like the Kevin Garnett deal. Garnett wasn't a lottery pick either, but there was a lot of hype. But back then, they weren't taking high school kids as lottery picks. It took a Garnett and a Kobe, and then after that, again, the overreaction made everyone, now we got to get the best high school guy coming out. So all of a sudden, then high school kids became lottery picks.
Kwame Brown.
Exactly. So John Bender, I got a text here from Pendleton that wanted me to point out, and it's a good point. He said, make sure you hit on how Williams exploded on the scene at 6'7", 240. He's a different kind of small forward, shot 57% from the floor. And that's
Draft Express has him listed as 6'9", 250.
Wow! So put on 10 pounds and grew a couple inches. That is impressive.
That helps your draft status.
Help too.
It's weird.
I mean, you think about it. 2013, he's going to be 7'2".
Yeah. Well, it's kind of one of those deals. How football players then they play basketball and their height and weight changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is a special breed, though, is what Mike was saying. He can shoot the ball well, and he's a big, strong guy.
No doubt.
And he grows at rapid paces.
Yeah.
And I know Adam's going to have the answer to this. Where do the Illinois guys project at, Adam?
Well, Jeremy has been falling.
Good.
No surprise, right? Dimitri's kind of been staying the same. Dimitri is actually moved up a little bit from the last time we talked about this, which we talked about in April, I think was the last time we talked about it. But Dimitri, now they have him going round 2, obviously. Round 2, 21 pick in the second round to the Trailblazers. And now Jeremy has fallen way down.
You don't have very far to fall in NBA
No,
drafts.
there's only 2 drafts. There were 2 rounds now. And now he is listed at number 26 in that second round, but to the Lakers, which I wouldn't mind being drafted by the Lakers, quite honestly. You know, put a 6'7" wingman over there next to Kobe. Not a bad place for him to land if that's what happens.
Don't you think with Jeremy, teams have really figured out there's not enough body of work yet with this kid, and they've also got wind and know his attitude. And I think those 2 things are affecting him. That's why he is dropping.
I'm still waiting to hear a pro about Jeremy Richmond. You know, like, what do they like? What does anyone like about him?
I'm same thing. He can't shoot.
He's 6'7" and athletic. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Dime a dozen in the
outside
NBA.
15 feet, I never saw him hit a jump shot.
There's a lot of those guys.
Everybody's 6'7" and athletic in the NBA.
The guy that has been most impressive, though, apparently in these workouts, is Jimmer.
The Jimmer.
Jimmer, when we first talked about this, guys, was listed as low as 21, then 17, and now he is projected to go at number 7 to the Kings. And Kemba has fallen just a little bit. He is now number 5 on the Raptors. He was always at number 4 until now. But to me, Kemba, you know, going through these workouts, and I haven't seen any of the workouts, obviously. But to me, Kemba's the type of player, and we saw it. I don't know, the workouts is how you judge Kemba. I saw his run in the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament when it mattered, not a workout session. This is a guy that I really like. I know he's kind of, you know, only 6'1", 185, but just the heart and desire to me is, you know, is what you want, I think, if you're going to go to the NBA.
He definitely has the right attitude. You know, he definitely has a winning, kind of a hustling attitude. But you have to wonder, these undersized guards that, you know, that lead their colleges to success, is he going to be a Khalid El Amin or something like, you know, is he going to be one of these kind of guys? It's hard to tell with Kemba. You know, he looked terrific at UConn. He really, really played well, and the fact that they won every tournament game they played all season, you know, I think kind of elevates his status a little bit more. But the Jimmer, man, I've been on Team Jimmer for a while. I think he'll be a decent player in the NBA.
Well, yeah, the NBA's
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Well, the NBA is a 3-point driven league. Yeah. Jimmer, who can hit from the minute he enters the arena.
But he's tough too.
Yeah, he does.
They were knocking on his defense a little bit, but I guess he's shown up at these workouts and was better defensively than Kemba.
There's a lot
and some
of
the
NBA
other guys.
players.
So
he's not. See, and Cowherd buries this guy like every day, and it drives me a little crazy. But this guy, he's not like a string bean out there. He's got a little muscle definition.
Right.
He's built up a little bit. He can shoot from anywhere. He can handle the ball, and you can maybe knock his passing, maybe because we haven't seen it so much. But who was he going to pass to at BYU?
Yeah.
I think he's got a promising NBA career ahead of him, and a guy who could be one of those guys that steps up and hits huge shots for his team when it matters.
The Bulls.